Okay, if you know anything about the crypto world, you know Bitcoin just recently dropped down to $60,000, up from a high of, or down from a high of about 126,000 just a couple months ago. I think in October, it hit an all-time high. So you think about the original use for this. It was currency, a digital currency. Well, nowadays it's barely used at all as digital currency. I think it was like 2009 is when it originated. So nowadays, I did a little research, and they estimate about 5 to 10% of its use is for exchanging, buying goods, that type of thing. The majority is as a speculative investment, get rich quick, buy it now, sell it later for a lot more, and nefarious illegal activity. I mean, you think about Savannah Guthrie's mom. There was that fake ransom that they wanted paid in Bitcoin for obvious reasons. You have this money and you can stick it in a cold wallet, which is what they used in the show Steel. That was recently on Amazon Prime, which is pretty good, by the way. But they were criminals and they wanted the money in Bitcoin, or whatever cryptocurrency, so they could put it in the cold wallet and it could go from different hands and nobody knows the owner. It should have been seen that this would be the primary use of this is illegal activity. But for currency, how are you going to use this as currency when it can drop by 40, 50% in a few months? You need stability, not something that can vary so much in price. So the original use, unless something changes drastically, it's not going to happen. But anyways, I thought it'd be interesting to look at the old Trump coin. When that came out, if you forgot about it, it came out right before inauguration. $1.20 is what it started at. And I think it was like midnight, and some people got really rich from this really quick. It went up to 70 some that first day. So a few people that on the inside knew it was coming out, bought it on the cheap, and sold it same day or next day. Made millions, just by having that insider knowledge. So if you look at the details on this, and Reuters did several articles on this, it was like 45 wallets made, or 45 different investors made over $1 billion worth of beat. Whereas I forget how many thousands, or maybe it was like 100,000 people, I'll put it up here, lost several billion. So it's the same old grift. The rich get richer, the poor, in this case it was probably MAGA cultists, got ripped off. They gave money to the con men. And how more people aren't pissed off? Because these had to be mostly MAGA people that did this. I would be so pissed off if I bought, whatever, $20 even. You put $20 in this hoping to get rich quick, and it ends up it's next to nothing. You basically bought a Trump gift card from what I've seen. Because the only thing you can use this as currency is at a Trump store to get Trump merch. Which again, I wasn't aware of all this that was still going on. The fragrance, gross. Watches, the shoes, this is all still out there at gettrumpshit.com or whatever it's called. But it's still there, and so it's like you bought a gift card because it's going to be worthless. Trump is going to expire at some point, so that means your little Trump coins are going to be worthless at some point. So you better buy some merch, or it's going to be worth nothing, just like most gift cards end up are scam. So anyways, that's it. Just thought something else to look at, just part of the grift of this presidency and the fact that people still support this man. Mind blown.